everybody. It is Friday morning, and it was a cold night. Probably our coldest night here, and Joe and I were definitely a little chilly in the gear, in the bag. So, was not expecting that. Thought for sure we'd be plenty warm in the hammocks. We probably needed the air mats under us last night, and we didn't have them. So yeah, I wanted to bring you out here to the lake because we can't really tell that there is a lake. There's so much fog that's in. You can kind of see the ridge on the other side, just barely. But yeah, it's extremely foggy, so that's going to make finding the trail that much more difficult, and we might have to wait a little bit until some of that clears, because the visibility is just terrible. But there's a lake there, I promise. All right, we'll see you later. All right, well, the fog has burned off. It is 8:44, and we're making our way just across the lake. Directly behind us was our campsite, and the winds are real calm right now, which is good, but the trend around here seems to be calm in the morning, windy in the afternoon, and then calm in the evening. At least that's been the recipe almost every day. So I don't know if just the heating of the day is enough to kind of stir up the winds or what. But there's the portage. So, yeah, we'll let the crew in front of us get unloaded, then we'll pull in, and then there's a crew behind us that we'll pull in after that. And then we've got the tough one of the day first, which is good. 2:30 with some topography. So we need some humor today, right, Joe?
Yes.
All right. Saying goodbye to Kelly on our way to Burnt. You all set, JJ?
Just about.
All right. And we are off. All right. Off on the 230 rod portage between Kelly Lake and Burnt Lake, I believe. We're gonna take this one nice and easy. The 240 we did yesterday was surprisingly level, and in turn surprisingly easy. But I will say it was much easier to do with the backpack than it is with the canoe. I still find the canoe over long distances, the weight just, focused on your shoulders isn't the most comfortable. I don't think those pads are wonderful. So we decided to take the paddles out. Anything to kind of lighten the load just a little bit. And take those across now. So this one is supposed to be much more challenging, but we'll see. Hopefully the fact that it's long evens out some of the climbs, but it still looked like the lines on the map were a little close together. So quicker climbs, quicker descents, but we're on our way. I'm a little concerned this morning with a few, well, one of the boys in particular that is fixated on the fact that we haven't been able to find an empty campsite the last 2 nights, and he wants to like sprint these, and that's going to lead to accidents and injuries, and you know, these are pretty uneven terrain, and if you lose focus for a second, you're going down. And even if you don't lose focus for a second, it's just really easy to slip up. So you got to be fully engaged this whole way, and that's tough. So trying to figure out a way to break their mentality of having to rush. You know, get them focused on the fact that there's lots of different sites. You know, we're going to a spot where there's really 4 lakes within a relatively short portage, you know, bridge to each other. So if we can't find one, we'll search the first one, but our goal is to make it to the second one, and if it's full, then we can backtrack, and it's really not that far of a travel, so we should be able to make it. So getting them to realize that, I think, is one of my main focuses here early this morning. So the group of boys took off ahead of us by about, I don't know, 3 minutes. So not far, but you know, you could tell they were, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So you know, I think one of the things about doing these kind of trips that are longer is battling those kind of things that come up, you know, the mental challenges, you know, if the bugs are really bad, you know, how do you deal with them being on you all the time? Can you mentally get past that? You know, if it's physical strain, can you mentally get past that of, my arms are sore, my legs are sore, can I still make good decisions? Can I still be calm? You know, I failed at that yesterday pretty good, and it was a pretty bad example to my son about, you know, trying to keep your cool. So I had to talk to him a little bit today already about just, you know, how bad I was and how I apologize for letting my own frustrations get the best of me, and let him know that, you know, I am flat out wrong, and I have no problem admitting that, you know, I make mistakes probably bigger and badder than he does. You know, I don't want him to think that just because he's newer at this stuff, he's the only one that can make a mistake. You know, we had a little mishap where we were trying to catch a family, try and get ahead of them, hopefully to get a spot, and he just happened to get his bug net caught on his hook, and you know, it just stopped us dead in the water of trying to get that out and get on the water again. And you know, that's something I have to be able to let go. Just wanting to beat them to the spot was too big of a driving force for me, and now, you know, I'm seeing that this morning in him, and it can be a recipe for a bad day, you know, one that's not enjoyable. So on that portage, actually just calmed down and prayed because I needed to calm myself down so that I could be better for everybody else. And it helped. You know, it's something that, again, managing your own emotions is part of this. You know, the physical strain, the emotional strain, all of that kind of stuff plays into this. It's not just the steps and the miles and the pounds that you're carrying. So, and when you've got boys, you know, 12, 13, 14, I need to be better. I need to be more calm, more steady, and a better model for them. So that's what I can do today, is to be a calming influence, a steadying influence, an encouraging influence today, more so than yesterday. And I think that can help make it a little more fun. So, trail's not so bad so far. It's been small climbs, small descents, you know, as you can probably tell. So, if you look up ahead, Patrick's right in front of me. He's got a heavy load too, but we'll just go easy, take our time, enjoy it out here. Hasn't been much wind yet. Feeling a little breeze in my back, which feels good, but not much of one. Sun burned off all the fog. Just a little hiking to do. The end of the journey. Not too bad.
Well, unfortunately, those boys should have waited.
Joey headed back. I'm heading backwards.
Yeah.
That's not what they're supposed to be doing out here.
See a plane coming towards us. Looks like a water landing plane. And we're off at the end of the 230 portage. Yeah, not bad. It wasn't nearly as much up and down, but it was still a little rocky and it was challenging just because of the distance. More so with the canoe. And 3 canoes up ahead coming towards us.
What'd you forget, Mr. Deegan?
My cell phone case.
Yeah, it could be.
Should be up there by where my dad was, Joey.
There's no signal up here, sir.
Excellent.
Baby, I
Okay.
my cat.
Now we can go, bud. Sorry about that, guys.
Not a problem. All right. Off from the portage. Yeah, a little bit of wind, you can tell. Yeah, it's not quite as
Yesterday.
glass as it was when we started on Kelly. So it looks like there's another group of 3 maybe, or multiple groups. There's 3 canoes in addition to our 3 out here on, what are we on, Burnt?
Yes.
And next is,
It looks like no one's there.
let me see.
Pointing that out.
Where's my map?
Yeah, the portage.
Let's take a look here. Well, no, it would be further around this point up ahead. Then there's a cove that goes way back in, and there's one there. And there's also one kind of close to the island.
Is there one on an island?
Yeah. Which would be straight around, past that point is an island on the left. And there is a campsite on that one. Yeah. Yeah, we could be at the campsite by noon. Well, in the afternoon, then we can come back and go to Flame. and then come back to our campsite. Yeah.
You don't have to bring any unnecessary weight.
No, we leave all our gear there.
I bring the paddles and you bring the...
Yeah, I think the paddles are probably essential.
And I might bring a swim.
I mean, doggy paddling my canoe there would take a long time. Another beautiful day on the water.
Yeah, and I was cold last night. That's still
Yeah.
odd to think.
Yeah, when after breakfast, I checked the thermometer and it was 55 degrees. So I'm guessing
Plus wind chill.
the sun was up for a while by that point. So my guess is we were probably 49, 48, something like that last night. Straight ahead would be to flame. Straight and left would be to smoke.
Whoa. Yay. Are they close, that is?
Yeah, they're close. I mean, there's not... This is the biggest one, but it's long. So see that channel to the right behind the island? That lake goes way this way.
Yeah, I think-
And then the channel that we're about to come to our left goes way that way.
Do
So
they have any campsites?
down to the left is one, and there's 2 down to the right, and then there's 3 straight ahead. And that's just on burnt.
So that's what?
6. So yeah, there's 6 options here, and I only see 6 boats at 10 a.m. Is that what it is? Hello, wind. As we get out into the biggest part of the lake, it's almost the shape of like a big X. And this channel that we're in is the shorter of the lengths. This way is shorter, this way is longer. Yeah, you want me to show you? Yeah, so you can see it goes way down that channel over there. Straight ahead is one, and then down that way, and then behind us. So yeah, it's really like a big X. And then we're running 3rd in the group now, so we'll be kind of just bringing the rear. No need to rush, because as we get to the next portage, we don't want to log jam. So we're keeping, I would guess, 100 yards between the first and second boat, and 50 yards between the second and third, something like that. Maybe a little more. Well, they wanted to kind of scout ahead and see the lay of the land. See how far down left this, that one goes? You can see it, there's almost a channel down there, and then it keeps going after that. There would be, if you look down that way where the camera's facing, it would be on the right side. It'll narrow, and then it'll be another big opening into the next pocket of the lake.
Oh,
And then it's the next peninsula after that on the right side.
pretty far away.
Yeah, it's probably half a mile down that way.
We are paddling through dead mosquitoes.
I would say it's at least half a mile down that way. It might be 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah,
A few clouds to the north, just kind of rolling along. Nice fair weather. Doesn't look like we've got much chance of storms today so far, at least not a lot of sign. If we look at
all right.
our barometer, keeps rising, so this is the highest it's been in about 3 days. All right, so we made our decision. We're at the end of Burnt Lake, and we see the portage to flame and the portage to smoke. We're going to take the portage to smoke, which is 90 rods. See if we can find one of those 4 campsites and drop all of our gear, have lunch, and then come back this 90 rod portage, and then the 60 rod portage to flame, and go hang out there until it's time to do the 2 back to smoke for dinner. So that's what our day is going to look like. It's about 10:40, so we might be hopefully got a campsite picked out by noon today, which would be by far our earliest day. Jeff.
John, I'm going to move your stuff.
Okay.
Is there another group coming in?
Yeah, we'll see.
Is there? I don't think so. I just think it's a narrow
Yeah, it's very narrow here.
spot.
Well, I'm gonna go.
So that way if we stack them all up in the woods, it's...
I'm gonna grab the stuff now.
Yep. I guess we
Let
can.
me get a sip of water, Joey, and I'll be right back.
Alright. Off on the portage. Over to smoke. Making good time. Nice to just kind of slow down and have a gentle pace today. And not have to rush. And we might have a spot. It's 11:20. We'll probably be put in over here. 11:40, something like that. Have a chance to go scout a site or two. Maybe we've got one by 12 or 12:30. That would be spectacular. It's not a lot of rise or fall to this one. It's pretty straightforward. And this is the second to last one on the way out. So, if we wanted to, there could only be one more and we'd be done, but I think we want to go check out Flame Lake. So, we'll do this one 2 more times and the one to Flame over and back. So, we still have a few more of these to enjoy. I'd like to do some more fishing tonight too. So maybe we do that at Flame. Sounds like they were talking about maybe doing some swimming too. That sounds fun also. Just to have another day to rinse off. That was a great thing that we did over at South Temperance. Get in the water and just rinse off and all the grime. It really made a difference the next 2 days. About that time again. Not as bad as it was, but I think that feel really good. I need a nose spot where I can put the nose down. I can't take it all the way to the water upside down.
You can't?
Not real easy.
Well, then move out of the way, guys.
That's why I'll try, but it's a lot easier to flip it around and then double
No
carry
spot on your left.
it out.
No spot on your left, dude.
Otherwise, it's all right. Joey, move. Thank you. Yep.
I can't hear
You can stabilize
Tyler.
right here, and I'll load the canoe.
Okay.
All right, so we made it to our spot here on Smoke Lake, and we've got one more crossing on our way home tomorrow to get to Sawbill and back to the outfitter. So we came in down around that channel, which is the east side of this island, or of this lake, and then kind of came around. This is the first spot that we came to, and we jumped at it. There's another spot that is, yeah, right over there, and then I believe there's more that are down around the side. There's one group right now that's on the water. You can kind of see way off in the distance, a canoe out that way, and then this is our site. So we liked it because it had a little cove that you could pull up to, and it had a nice big rock landing that we could stow all the canoes out here. We'll have to turn them over, put them up shore for the night, but we're gonna launch again and go explore a couple lakes over. We did notice, though, I don't know if you can tell, some scat that was here along the shoreline, which is a lovely welcome. So that kind of got our antenna up. So we'll come up here. We've got a couple different water stations going, just so we can refill. We've got a nice big fire ring, and we've already got the food bag up because of all the bear sign that we've seen so far. And we also had a pretty bold squirrel that was coming out while we were having lunch. So we're concerned that they're going to get into food. So a couple tents set up. We have our hammock system set up. Put a tarp over it later when we get back. A little bit more opening up there. The trail that goes back to the latrine over there. So my gear and Joe's gear. He's actually asleep in the hammock right now. And then we were looking back here, maybe doing a hammock spot. Looks pretty perfect. A couple other areas, but we also found more of this. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 plus piles of scat over here. So it's quite possible this is a frequent watering hole. That looks about perfect to come in if you were looking to get a drink, either here or that rock ledge. And then there's, you know, different trails all over the place. I mean, it's pretty wide open back here, but so we wanted to kind of bunk up everybody nice and tight tonight. Bear bag on the other side, way up in the sky, and that way we can all kind of be loud and scare off anything that might come our way. So maybe we'll have an encounter tonight, maybe we won't, but it's a beautiful sight. So look at that. Mr. Fate hit a shot over that tree branch, that birch in the background, and then we ran the line down here and tied it off. And what we've kind of figured out, which is really kind of ingenious, I think, is we put the two ropes together with their carabiners. So we strung a rope through that. It's kind of a little mini pulley system. So the rope is always up, the white ropes. Those will always be in place. And then when it's just time to take the food up and take the food down, you got the rope over to the tree. So we can raise and lower the bags kind of at will and not have to worry about, you know, kind of stringing something up new and fresh every time. It's in place. So pretty cool. That has evolved quite a bit from what we did the first day. So it's neat to see how it's evolved and changed and gotten better. So that's everything. So hope you like the site. I know we do. We're on the western edge of this lake, the eastern edge of this lake, so the winds have tended to be out of the west during the day for the most part, and we get a nice breeze off the lake, and then that tends to calm down at night, but should be perfect again. And then this beautiful sky. You got some of these birds that are way up there, just gliding in the wind. So, all right, that's it. We'll chat more later. All right, we are back in Burnt Lake. We just did the, I don't know, 90 rod, something like that.
Whatever, these things are getting
Yeah, says the boy carrying paddles. And what else? You carried water bottles. You carried a good bit. I'm just joking with you.
You carried the canoe.
I did carry the canoe. Alright, so now we gotta go paddle in this cove to the left to get to Flame. Let's try and go down the middle because there are boulder field winds coming at us. Sun's pretty intense today. It's probably, I don't know, the hottest day. Joe got a little sunburned on his hands.
Oh, not yet. I'm about to.
You got, took a nap in the hammock.
In the sun.
And it was in the sun, I think, and his hands are a little raw. We just lathered him up with sunscreen, but
I'm glad that you guys woke me up when you did.
yeah, we woke him up. He fell asleep for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Got him some water, and then he wanted to press to go to Flame Lake because we hear there's a beachy kind of thing, some sand or something, one of the sides of the lake. So we're gonna check it out. Hopefully we're not massively disappointed.
Yeah, it'd be odd if it was one patch of sand.
It might be. I mean, we have not seen sand. I haven't. In any of the lakes we've been in, it's all just been kind of, you know, like you expect, rocky.
We've only been told by one of the guys in our crew had seen sand.
Yeah, on one part of shore and Cherokee. So.
Here or one more, man?
Nope, it should be right ahead up here on the left side. So we'll check back with you guys in a little bit.
Okay, right now we're entering like the smallest, narrowest portage, like unknown.
We've been circling for 15 minutes up and down the shoreline trying to find where it is, and this is it, I think.
I think it is too.
It's roughly about where it needs to be, but according to the maps, but it is hard to see, and there's not a whole lot of room.
At least it's a bit of dirt or sand.
Gosh, stabilize it. And I'll get out. Now we got to navigate the rock, so take a look at what's in front of you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And we can set it down here. Wonderful. Good Good job, bud.
Hey, you can Flame Lake.
Flame Lake, so we think.
So we think.
That's kind of a short but yucky portage
Yeah, I didn't like
that it's a little overgrown. Maybe we'll get some video of that on the way back. But I don't see any beach, nor do I see.
it. It looks like where they took their photo of them dancing, doesn't it?
You think?
Like right here.
Like jumping in the water? I thought they were jumping in. Where are they?
All the way over there.
Where? Point in the general direction.
Okay, the canoe's pointing right at them.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
I do.
Campsite with no beaches.
Yeah. I don't think there's any over here. There's an area in the front, but I don't see a whole lot of space back in the trees.
Do you think when they say beaches, they mean the shallow end, the sand?
I doubt this lake gets fished much though, but that wind's gonna turn us around as soon as we go in there. Yeah, well, I think we'll just go back left here.
Think you could beat this wind or no?
Right now, I don't think I want to. It's been a long day. And,
I would like to throw a line in.
hey, guess what Joey just caught?
Woo! I only like pikes apparently. That's a larger one though.
Yeah, that one is probably a good,
2 feet?
just a little under. That is Joey's pike. Second one. Awesome job, dude.
It's like 1.5 feet.
Should we let it go?
Can I let it go? Nah,
Yeah.
you let it go.
Sure.
You got the hook off. You deserve to let it go. Goodbye, Mr. Pike.
There it goes.
Oh, let me go catch another one.
Oh, I got a northern. It's in the side.
His gill.
Yeah. So we're back on. What are we on? Smoke?
Yeah.
Where our campsite is. We went over to Flame, caught a couple pike, and then we took the portage back to Burnt and the portage back to Smoke. So now we're 6:27 p.m. trying to make our way back to camp for dinner and some relaxing time because I'm tired.
Oh yeah, you can say that 3 more times.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Like a bee or a... No, these are flies.
Yeah.
No,
There's more flies on this lake than any other of the lakes, so as soon as we've gotten to Smoke, there have been a lot of these flies. The mosquitoes haven't come out yet. They'll probably get out later, but these flies have been out all day long. Alright, there should be some shallow rocks right there. We'll go up on the side entry again. I don't know if you can see much, but we've got a little fire going already as the mosquitoes are set to begin their onslaught. We have one last sunset, this one over Smoke Lake, which I'm not sure exactly why they call it that. But over on the far side, there's a campground that has a little bit of smoke burning from their fire pit. I don't see any from the others. But what a beautiful sky. Absolutely wonderful trip it's been. Sad to see it go, yet excited to get on the road and head home. We're gonna get up at probably 6. Here's the canoes all stacked up, turned over on the shore, ready to go. So, looks like there is a star planet out already. First one. Venus, Jupiter, anybody know? Comment down below if you know. This is looking west. My guess would be Venus, but I don't know. Oh wait, we got one more. So there's one up here to the south. I don't know now. Huh. And there's also about a billion mosquitoes out here on the lake too. Oh, I can see our smoke coming through the trees. Heading out over the lake, so. Here come the kiddos. Come on down. Can barely see ya. Don't know if that'll show up, Joe. Not until you get to about there. Now we can see ya.
Oh, there's like a lot of mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, like I said, look, these. Not all these are mosquitoes, but a lot of them are down
It's
here.
mosquitoes and gnats.
Look at that view. Isn't that unbelievable? You can see our smoke blowing out over the lake.
And their smoke is somewhere else.
Yeah, there is smoke over this side.
I know there are 2 other people here. From my
There's
house.
one that's directly across here. And you can barely see their smoke through our smoke right now. Maybe that's why it's called Smoke Lake, because the smoke just lingers over the water. I mean, look at it over here. It's just...
It's pretty nice. Can you see it okay in the camera, Dad?
I don't know if it'll show up in the camera at all. It doesn't look like...
No, they're
shows
probably
it.
like, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're making it up. And then there's 2 planets out. I don't know if they can see those either.
Those are faint ones.
Yeah, first 2 out.
It's not Jupiter and it might be Venus.
Yeah, we thought, that's what I was guessing. Venus and Jupiter. I'm not sure which is which. I would guess maybe that one's Venus and that one's Jupiter, but...
Venus is supposed to be closer to the sun right now, I think. Right? Something like that. Maybe.
Yeah, that's why I would guess that would be Venus, but who knows? Somebody does. Somebody will post it. Alright, that's it. No fishing tonight. We were hoping to after catching 2 northerns.
I know, I'm a bit upset by that. I wish we brought them back.
To eat them?
Those would have tasted so good in the morning, and we deserved
We would have
it.
probably ate them for dinner tonight. There would have been enough time to clean them and get ready, so.
Yeah, but what was awesome, though, is that we both caught...
Yeah, we each got 2 fish on the
I
trip.
caught mine, and I was like, I didn't expect him to catch one, so I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this
and
is
we
pretty
didn't
nice.
fish a lot on this trip. We got out just a couple times for
We got out
20
5
minutes.
times, and 2 out of the 5 times were quite successful.
Yeah, but we didn't go out for like 2 hours,
No, we'd even have like a here and there, maybe, not
Yeah.
counting the...
so.
I'm
Pretty
just
awesome.
happy. I also caught my first ever boat on a fish. What? I caught my first ever fish on a boat.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. So, me too. From a canoe.
What did I
Yeah,
just say?
I'm typically the shore fisherman, so this was kind of fun doing it from the
I
canoes.
take after him, so...
And your first 2 northern pike.
I know.
And I caught my first pike and my first walleye, so
That'll
pretty
be
excited. Many more to come, right?
Yeah.
All right. Shall we go see if there's anything else, or just go hang out by the fire? And we're gonna sign off. So we'll see you guys later. See you in the morning.